Unconditional love. Do you know what that is? And do you know how to practice it? Unconditional love usually associated with mother for their children. As a father, as a man, how do you do that? In this video, you will learn 5 things of how to apply unconditional love for your children. Are you ready? Let's go. Have the courage, step up, be unstoppable. You know you got it. You just got to believe. I have a son. He's joyful, happy, very energetic, and very playful. But he's on a spectrum. I had an experience of entering a school with him in a mainstream school, and I was a parent volunteer for 3 days. Reason why I wanted to be a parent volunteer, because I want to watch him and ensure that he can adapt to the environment and adopt the learning styles in a mainstream school. So that 3 days become a week. The week become a month, 3 months, 6 months, and eventually 1 full year. I was in the school with my son for 1 full year to watch over him. Why? Because of his spectrum, the school is not able to take him in and teach him in a mainstream setting. Therefore, they need a parent like myself to be sitting in school with him, to shadow him throughout. He tends to run around in classes. When he gets emotional or when he is unhappy, he will flip the table. And sometimes he may even cause exchange in terms of quarrels and fights among the classmates. By default, because of his spectrum, he was the person who caused trouble, the person who caused challenges in making friends and socialize with the classmates. So he was singled out. However, that also allowed him to train to be resilient and to be authentic and to be himself. So I was in school with him for a period of 1 year, and this 1 year has been a very, very challenging period for me as a parent, as a father. I have to forego a lot of things that I have always been doing. For example, working, which is my career. That itself has removed a good 70% of my time and my energy in developing that career. What is the result of that? My income has shrunk a lot. And not only that, not just my income shrink, my confidence, my self-esteem, and my energy also shrink a lot. So I wasn't able to live properly, so to speak, as a person, because most of my time I have to watch my son in school, and not just in school but also after school. It was really a very painful time for me, for my family, and also my extended family. Every one of us have to take care of him with our resources, with our energy, and with our time. So from this pain, something great has come out of it. I get to see how the school system works, how the children and the students are being, in a way, conditioned and programmed by the school and the teachers. Now, don't get me wrong. My children goes to school to learn. I was also a graduate from schools that I learned from. Teachers are great. Schools are a great environment. However, it can program the children to a certain level of mindset and belief system. So I get to witness that in the school. When I saw it, I was shocked. At the same time, I'm not surprised, because that's how I also got my learning and my programming from. So out of this pain, something great came out. I saw how the system in the school worked, and because of this, I created a youth program specifically for children so that they can exercise their thoughts, their mindset, their voices outside of the school in my camp. And I have done till date 9 batches of camp for youth. So that was something great that came out of it. So here are the 5 things that I have learned on how to love unconditionally. Number 1, see it as it is and not worse or better than it is. What do I mean by that? When I get to see how my son behaves in school, I will not see it as he is worse than the children, than the society, than the people around him. I accept him as who he is, someone who is joyful, who is happy, who is playful. Because if I don't do that, I will start to judge him, someone that's different from the rest of the children. And I will imprint my understanding of how he should behave in the society as a good boy, to be the same as the rest of them, not to be too outstanding and to lower down his standard when he's just being himself and being authentic and being truthful. Because of my conditioning and how I thought he should behave in the school setting, that itself is a judgment and a conditioning that I want him to behave. I actually narrow his learning and bring him down to a place of being shut down and not being able to express himself fully. So when I'm able to see him as he is and don't imprint my filter or judgment on him, he will get to grow, he will get to be himself, and he get to express freely of who he is. So to me, I think that is freedom, that is authenticity, and that is power. So I see him as it is, not worse or better. So that's number one. Number two, cut off all noises. What do I mean by that? Once I look at my son and focus on him, I do not allow other noises, filters, distraction to teach me or influence me of how I should teach my son. These noises, don't get me wrong, some can be coming from positive intention, all of love. But when that positive intention comes from a belief system which they have developed from somewhere, which usually associate with shame or embarrassment, it's not helping me. Because to them, for example, my son, grandparents, my parents, will think that it's a positive intention. But that action can stop my son from expressing himself. And that has created a filter, because that filter comes with an expectation, it comes with a thought of being shamed and being embarrassed. Hence, they ask me to stop doing that. But when I cut away those noises and put them aside and allow my son to be who he is, which takes a lot of patience and effort, if I allow myself and him to cut off the noise and focus on him, there is joy there, there's breakthrough, there's freedom, there is choices, decision that he learned to make, and not letting all these opinion noises to influence him. Number three, trust the process and enjoy the journey. Throughout this 1 year, it has been the most challenging time of my life. It takes a lot of effort, it takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of trust, not just trust for my son, trust from my family, trust from the school, trust from the teachers, but trust for myself. Because many times I wanted to stop. Many times I keep questioning myself. Why me? Why am I the only parent that's sitting in the entire school that is doing this? Why it has to be me, the only father, the only parent in the entire school, set myself different from the rest of the parent? Why my son? Why my family? Why? And I realized that all these questions doesn't serve me. Instead, if I tell myself to trust the process, enjoy the journey because I'm in the school anyway, might as well I make it fun and enjoyable and be with my son fully and really practice unconditional love. My wife take 9 months. In general, women take 9 months to conceive a baby. And that baby has been, in the body My son had been in my wife's body for 9 months. So to me, I kind of felt that my son and I, over that period of 9 to 10 months, having that 10 months with my son, right, it's like conceiving him physically when he's outside. And I have to learn to trust, the processes, trust the school, trust the system, trust that Asher is able to adapt to the environment, trust the schools, the students is able to help him, to nurture him, to grow his understanding of how the world should be. And trusting myself that I am able to go through this process with him, and also at the same time enjoying the journey. What can I learn as a father? What can I learn as a parent? How can I demonstrate unconditional love? How can I demonstrate support? How can I demonstrate encouragement, confidence, cutting off all noises? How can I practice that while I'm there with him and enjoy it? It's tough, but when I take time and make an effort, to enjoy it, the day, the weeks, the months go past faster because it's part of my life. Number 4, never give up. If you're a parent yourself, or if you have somebody that you truly love, will you give up on that person? When I choose not to give up on my son, miracles happen. When I don't give myself a choice, when I don't give myself a plan B, it's only one plan, plan A. That's the way to go. Breakthrough happens. Miracles happens. And when I don't give up on my son, means I don't give up on me, I don't give up on my family, I don't give up in my blueprint of life, success will happen. And that success came to fruition after 2 years. After 2 years. In fact, first year, when I was sitting with my son in school, the second year, the school told me, Mr. Tan, congratulations. I said, what? You have graduated from the school. You don't have to sit in this class with your son anymore. Yeah, I graduated from primary school. My son was independent for the entire year. Can you believe that? Without me having to supervise or watch him in school. That year was my graduation year. But it's also a breakthrough year for Asher because he no longer needs a parent to shadow him. Because I never give up. And the following year, he was transferred to a school that served him, that helped him to unleash his highest potential and to nurture him to become the best of him. And the good news, he was awarded the most participative student in the class. And he made $100. My son already made money in primary school just because I never give up. Point number 5, give thanks and be grateful. Give thanks. Give thanks to my son, who is a gift to me. He tested me. He taught me. He allowed me to practice, to share, to demonstrate what unconditional love is. He pushed my button. He pulled my hair. He punched me in the gut. He stirred my emotion. But all this is because he loved me. I love my son. I thank him for giving me this gift to be the best person I can be as a man, as a father, as a parent. I will not exchange anything for that 1 year of my time with him. It's painful, but it's the best time of my life. I have grown so much. We have grown so much as a father and son, as a family. I love unconditionally because he first loved me unconditionally. So give thanks, be grateful. Really, be grateful for what has happened because it's not the end. At the end of this, if there's an end, at the end of this is growth, is love, is connection, is intimacy, and really is love. So, love unconditionally. These are the 5 things that I hope you can take it into your life and share it, not just with your children, but with the people that you love, with people around you. Because love is powerful. I hope you like this video, and if you do, please encourage me by giving me a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell. Please leave your thoughts below, and I hope to see you in the next video. Thank you.